Hey guys, a guy that just joined my team, his name is James. James, if you're watching this, pay close attention. But he asked me, how did I get my start, right? How did I first start recruiting people online? How did I first start really growing my business and scaling it up in a way to where I was able to do things like travel around the world and spend time in Australia, going from Melbourne to Sydney to Bali and Thailand and stuff like I'm doing right now. So this video may go a little bit longer than typically I like to make these videos because, this is a really important topic, okay? And I really want you to pay attention because what I'm going to share with you can have the ability to really give you a huge breakthrough because this is not just how I first started, getting my first signups. This is also how I grew into the professional that I am now that's able to get 2-3 signups a day completely from marketing, not from, hounding friends and family, pounding the phones, calling leads or anything like that. That doesn't really work all that well, but from marketing tactics to get people to decide to join my team purely because of what I offer, okay? Now, two things. One, in the very beginning, I was a complete newbie. Didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't making any money. I had no success. I couldn't really leverage anything and say like, hey, you should join me because I could show you how to make a lot of money online. I didn't have that because I didn't know how. So what did I do? I wanted to learn how. And if you want to go from complete ignorance, complete newbie, to expert, to master, to proficient, to being very, very unconsciously competent at a high level at a task, these are the two principles, okay? Very first one is, if you think about it, what is the fastest way to learn Spanish? You could, buy Rosetta Stone or something, right? You could talk to people. You could get an app like Duolingo or whatever and get on the phone. But really the fastest way is going to be to go to somewhere where Spanish is their primary speaking language. You go to Mexico, you go to Spain, and you sit there and you're fully immersed in it, okay? So total immersion. Total immersion, okay? That's the first way that I got. Wow, I don't know if that's legible or if that's switched or whatever, but that says total immersion, all right? So totally immersed in your subject matter. You're thinking about it all day and all night. So when I got started with Empower Network, I was listening to the audio trainings that they had. I would listen to it on the way to work. I'd listen to it in my downtime at lunch. I'd listen to it sometimes while I was at work because I was able to do that. So I plugged in and I was totally immersed in it. I was learning the stuff daily. I'd get back home and then I would start applying the things that I was learning, right? And that's an important part to this next step, which is, well, actually, before I get that, I want to tell you that how I got my black belt in a year and a half, fastest that anybody else had ever gotten their black belt at this school. It's because at the time, my mom worked late. She worked till like 7 or 8 or something sometimes, and she couldn't pick me up from school. And so the martial arts school that I was at, they would pick me up from school, take me there, and I'd do my karate, do all my kicks and punches and forms and techniques and all that. And then the class would be over, people would leave, more people would come in, and I'd still be there, right? So I was there totally immersed, 3 hours a day, constantly in it, every single day, 5 days a week, right? Total immersion. I learned it so fast. But here's the second principle. When I was a brown belt, and they're teaching me the stuff that I needed to learn before I could become a black belt, I was learning it, right? They were showing me how to do it, and I would sit there, and I would watch them do it, and I would learn, and then I would stand up and I wowould do it myself, right? I would do the moves myself, and while taking action, because I was doing it, they were able to tweak me, right? They were able to say, you want to lean more this way, you want to rotate your hips more that way, you need to do this better or whatever, and they could tweak what I'm doing. And I see a lot of people, especially people that join my team, some of them, just like everybody, right? They get information overload. There's so much going on here. I don't do anything. And when you don't do anything, there's nothing that I can say like, hey, tweak this. You need to turn this a little bit and you'll get a better result. Do this with your marketing. Do this with your email. Do this with your blogging and your videos. Do this on Facebook. If you're not doing anything, if you're not taking action, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay? So I was taking action. I was doing it and they were tweaking what I was doing. Then when I graduated and I got my black belt, they had me turn around and teach everything that I learned to the brown belts. And so this is the principle of learn, do, teach. Okay? Learn, do, teach. And so I applied this to me figuring out how to take over this internet thing, right? How to build a business that pays me regardless of what I'm doing, that's going to be up there and sustainable, right? How to build this prospecting machine that's out there recruiting strangers into my business, right? Complete strangers that are watching my video and deciding to join my team. This is doing it for me, even though I'm at the beach or I'm hanging out with my friends or I'm working with my team, helping them get to $10,000 a month, right? Doesn't matter what I'm doing. It's because of this stuff, okay? So when I first got started, I had all this information. It was like information overload. I couldn't really wrap my head around it. So I immersed myself in it totally, in it constantly, learning all the time. And then I was learning it. I was applying the stuff that I was learning. I was doing it. And then I turned around and did exactly what I'm doing on this video now, and that's teaching it. I taught it on video. So what I want you to do is while you're going through training, while you're learning new tips and tactics and stuff for recruiting, for sales, for making videos, for blogging, for whatever the case may be, while you're learning this stuff, at the moment you have an epiphany, at the moment that you learn something new and exciting, you're like, wow, that's really, really cool. I used to think this way, and that kind of sucked, but now I realize it's really this way, and it's way better for these reasons. I want you to click pause on the video right then and there, pull out your phone, hit record, turn it around, point at your face, and teach what you just learned. What you're going to do, that's going to accomplish a couple of things. For one, it's going to let you do this learn, do, teach, which is going to take you from ignorance to mastery in record time. Okay. Two, you're going to amass all these videos of, you're going to get this huge collection of videos of you learning things, being excited about learning them, and making videos, capturing that moment of excitement, that moment of epiphany, right when you had that little aha moment where you're like, wow, I used to prospect and recruit and hammer my friends and try to hit up strangers on Facebook and all this stuff. And here I just found out that Brian was just making videos, teaching stuff, providing value to a group of people that wanted to join his team, and then telling them to click on the link below and get started. And that's all he was doing. And he just did that until it was able to have this viral sustainability, right? Where my content is out there working for me day and night, 24/7, globally. And that right there was an epiphany, right? You can make a video about those types of things. And when you do that, you end up not only getting a bunch of videos that are going to do a lot of recruiting for you, they're going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. You're also going to get a lot better at your subject matter. You're going to learn everything a lot faster. And here's a little side effect. By getting good at speaking on video, you're actually also going to be good at speaking in general. You're going to get better at communication. You're going to get better at talking to people on the phone, illustrating your ideas, coming forward with passion and emotion. You're also, another side effect, the first time they invited me to speak on stage, right? It's in front of a couple hundred people. And I had never spoke on stage in front of anybody before, really. I'd never even really stood up and spoke in front of more than maybe 10 people in class 10 years ago, right? So this was a very foreign concept to me. Super, super nervous, very excited but scared. As soon as I get up there, boom. It's like I'm in my room, I'm all alone, I'm talking to a video camera all over again, right? Super, super easy. It came out great. Everyone's laughing, everyone's enjoying what I'm talking about. They're getting a ton of value from everything that I said. And it was an experience that I was only able to be that good without, I didn't memorize a script or anything like that. I was only able to be that good because I decided to make videos regularly. I decided to apply this learn, do, teach concept and to put that out there, right? Even though I sucked at video in the beginning, I was bad, I was nervous, I'm like rocking back and forth, I had bad posture. It was not compelling at all. But I pushed through it. And 10, 20, 30 videos later, people started telling me that I was a natural. Absolutely not, I used to work at a cubicle, I was not a natural at all. If you watch any of my really, really old videos, you could see the massive growth and difference. And that's the same thing that I want you to apply. Growth. Stop looking for the shortcut because you found it, right? It's learning how to do this stuff. It's helping other people. It's making these videos. It's applying these concepts and becoming an expert really, really quickly. So if you want to see the exact system that I used to learn all these things and where this information even came from that I was teaching, right? I want you to click on the link below this video and get started today. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. That was definitely longer than I wanted, but I love you guys, and I'll talk to y'all soon.